And we're fortunate to have with us to talk about efforts to abolish modern slavery in the penal system in Tennessee, Pastor KWalker and Reverend Jeannie Alexander. And Pastor Walker, I think that both you and Reverend Alexander have been with us before. And let's start off this show by having the two of you give us some information in reference to your background, your education, and some of the things that were important in terms of bringing you to us this morning. And then by that time, we should be out of the first segment, and then we'll get into efforts to abolish modern slavery in the penal system in the state of Tennessee. Let's do it from that perspective.
Yes, sir. Well, thanks again, Dr. Haney. I'm Pastor KWalker, native Nashvilleian. I want to thank you for being on the battlefield. You've been on the wall for quite some time and allowing us opportunities to come on and talk about issues. You know, not only myself, but many, many others on your show talk about a lot of issues that's relevant and pertinent to us as a society, things that we need to know. As I said, I'm a native Nashvilleian, born here in Nashville, Tennessee. Went to the public school systems up until a point. I made it to right at the 10th grade. My first couple of weeks into the 10th grade, I got put out of all the school system in the state in Tennessee. And from there, I went to the Navy. I got involved in some trouble, ended up in the Navy. Did a short period of time in the Navy, got out of the Navy, went through OIC, Opportunities Industrialization Center, got a GED there through a 6-month program. From there, I did a few studies at Tennessee State University back in '75, '76. Strung out on drugs all during the time I was in the military and even up before then. And then in college, it kind of wrecked my college career at that point. Ended up in the incarcerated in state prison system, spent 5 years of my life incarcerated. I was a criminal. So I was supposed to be there when I was there, but and I don't have a degree in anything, but I have so many different life experiences, and especially things that will bring me to this stage today to share with you and your audience what I believe to be important information.
Very good. Reverend Alexander, Jeannie Alexander, let's give you an opportunity to tell our audience something about yourself.
Sure. Well, Dr. Haney, it's always a pleasure to be here with you and Pastor Walker. I really appreciate this. My background in a nutshell is that I am an attorney and a minister, so it's double trouble. But it's interesting. What I never expected to have happen in my life was to work in a prison. But I did. You know, I left the practice of law in order to pursue theology, and through circumstances and volunteering, I found myself as the head institutional chaplain at a men's maximum security prison here in Nashville, Riverbend. And that experience, talk about education, you know? There's no education like being on the inside of a prison for years. It really teaches you what you don't know. And you know, what it taught me was that an approach to reform or to improving a system that is always from the top down and from the outside looking in is an approach that's destined in some ways to fail. So it was working with families of prisoners and the people on the inside